Hi, and thanks for tuning in to our live radio show. Moments of Clarity with Tiffany will begin in just a few moments. Please stay tuned. Kindly take this opportunity to share this show on your platforms, because change can only come when we stand together as one, especially when it comes to ending the stigma on mental health.
You are not alone, and help is out there.
Kids have mental health issues, and we also need to learn coping skills.
Let's get started and let the show begin. See you soon.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
Hi, everyone, and welcome to Clarity.
Moments of clarity.
My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I'm your host. And today we're going to be talking about dealing with the what ifs, the things that get in our head and prevent us from a root cause of anxiety to complete and enhance our goals. And with me today, I have a surprise with a few of my friends and well-known people that are coming in to not only celebrate the results of our People's Choice Award contest, but also to help me talk about the what ifs and bring in the new season. But before that, not that Ed is not one of our friends, but I'd like to say hi to Ed at Tan Talk Radio.
Glad you guys could join me. Happy Thursday. I was all alone for about 2 minutes.
We had, I guess the streaming service had some sort of update. Oh, get over it. Okay, so the what ifs. What if she doesn't show up? What if she's late? What if I'm all alone and I have to run this show? That's Ed's what ifs.
No, I would have just ran your open about 40 times until you finally came on.
That's why it exists. What if he ran the open 40 times? But look, we're all glammed up. We're here, fashionably, but all here. And sorry to keep you waiting, Ed.
Oh, good.
He comes in all like, waiting for 2 minutes. Happy Thursday. But Ed, we're here. And Ed, we placed the top 10 finalists.
Nice, yes. You saw that.
Longer nominees. We are finalists in 3 categories of the People's Choice Podcast Award: health, education, and society and culture.
Usually when I get into the top 10, there's 9 people.
But one of the categories had 7. I'm like, that's a shoo-in. They're gonna get it. But yeah, we had a lot more than 10 or 9. But so thanks Ed for always being there, and so we find out a winner is September 30th.
Okay.
We have
Cool.
another show about that anyway. So let me introduce my friends here as well. When you call in, you can call in live 866-826-1340, 866-826-1340, and say hi to Ed when you do, please. So I'm going to just briefly introduce my friends so we don't take up too much of the time. But first of all, we have Jaison Thomas here. He's from Mumbai, India. He's a brand identity designer. A lot of the graphics that you see on my show, as well as others that he has helped design and will play his ads too. But it's always wonderful. He has a show every Wednesday on Clubhouse and LinkedIn Live, The Dark Side of Entrepreneurship, and worth watching every Wednesday at 12 because he didn't want to compete with Thursday, Friday Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. But it's a great show. We have Leslie Dowling, who not only looks like Sandra Bullock, but is a health and wellness coach and biostrategist, East-West Coach Functional
Training.
East West Functional Training LLC.
LLC. Yes, okay. I will one day, after 7 years of knowing you or whatever. It's a tongue twister. She does fitness and wellness coaching, and I'll let you explain a little bit more later too. But how mental health and physical health go hand in hand, and what we put into our bodies also affect our mental health. Thank you, Leslie, for being here too. You look beautiful and ravishing, by the way. And if you can't see her because you're listening, you can tune in to either LinkedIn Live at Tiffany Werhner, WERHNER, or YouTube, Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, or Twitter at MOC with Tiffany, and so forth. But YouTube is just probably easiest. MOC, Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. We're live right now. Check out this hot lady. Come on and watch us virtually. I love pimping out my friends. Speaking of pimping out my friends, here's Kirk Miller, award-winning author and a good friend. With overcoming quad diagnosis, I've added a few, so you can't go with the quad anymore. But written several books, does life coaching, and been on the show quite a few times. He used to co-host Beyond Clarity with me, and so much more. So thank you so much for your time and for being here, everyone. You're all very, very dynamic, special, and successful people in my eyes, and I'm honored to have you all on Moments of Clarity, taking your time to help talk about anxiety. And as we were doing this, it's kind of funny. We have this group chat, so we're saying, what are we going to talk about? What topics? Everyone had something else to say, and fear or survival, or what about this, whatever. And then every time we came up with the topic, pretty much the following thing would be, what if this? What if this? So let's just talk about the what ifs in life. I want to start my own business, but what if? I want to accomplish something in my life, but what if? I am going to pursue that person. I am in love. I'm going to propose. What if? I don't know. So before we start, this is kind of, I use this in my counseling practice. It's an envelope. One of my clients named him Seymour. So if you're not virtually watching us, it's a stick figurine. I'm not trying to quit my day job and become an artist, but it's a smiley guy, and he's taking one day at a time, and he's being mindful. And Leslie, it's okay if you want to laugh. You're trying to it was to prove a point, not to hang on the wall. Okay. So he's happy, one thing at a time. He's being mindful. He's using mindfulness, right? He's mindful. He's happy. So one of my clients that are younger, he named him Seymour because he's seeing more, he's one thing at a time. The other part is Seymour Butts. He's mindful of stuff, the should-haves, the would-haves, I can't, and he's mad with big fists. He's being mindful of stuff. So instead of being mindful, he's mindful. And we're going to talk about that and how to get out of that. Don't hate the drawing. It proves a point, and Who cares? Kirk's an artist. If you want to draw me that professionally and then whatever, I'll take it. But I think that on you can see it's on a envelope. I was a spur of the moment to prove a point with somebody, and I used it over and over again. So anyway, who would like to start? What about you, Leslie? Any what ifs that have gotten in the way, or okay,
Yeah.
you don't want to start?
No, I'm joking around. That's why I love you guys, because we could be real, we're grounded, and we're just ourselves. But yeah, at the end of the day, what ifs can be very toxic. And it's that battle of the, that clarity of, okay, let's clean house mentally. And it's very cathartic to clean house. And as a matter of fact, I went through this literally going through closets and organizing and purging and getting rid of things that I didn't need, bringing clothes that I just held on to for years to organizations that need clothing for the kids and for, the families. And it just kind of gave me that it decompartmentalized everything that I've been going through with personal things, journey with my mother, just with dementia and seeing her fail. And I just feel like a cloud was lifted, and I just feel so much lighter. So some of the strategies that I know I use and that I share with my clients when they're going through a lot is just kind of clean house, kind of get away from social media for a while, maybe if you don't need that for business. Declutter yourself and take deep breaths, get back into just, and I'm so passionate about getting outside, walking with Mother Nature, being as one. And I know it sounds so foo-foo and all this, but it is so true, because we are all made, from everything here on this planet, that we need to ingest nature again. And we get so caught up with things, what if my business doesn't do as well as I want it to be? What if I don't attain those goals? You got to give yourself a break, because I think at the end of the day, a lot of us are our own worst enemies, and we put too much on ourselves. So just taking those deep breaths, just being in the green zone, being in the now, and just enjoying what life has around us, and appreciate the people that are around us, like we are doing today. We're kind of spur of the moment. We were all able to make it today and share our expertise and our journey and our wisdom in life. So that's my share.
Thank you, Leslie, and well said. I couldn't agree more. We all do have our own worst critics. Most of the time, it's not other people getting in our way. It's not like Kirk comes up with a great idea and I say no, stop. It's in his own head. Or Jaison comes up with a great. Well, no, I don't know. Jaison would say no, stop. Don't wear that hairpiece, Tiffany. No, no, but I do it anyway. Anyway, so like inside friend joke. Okay, so but at the same time, no, actually, there's some friends that will give you the honest truth on some stuff, but when it comes to success and believing in myself, Jaison is more like, you've got to do this. You got to do this. You got to do this. I'm like, I don't want to. What if this? What if this? It doesn't happen all the time, but let's say getting nominated for those awards. And I'm just like, I am over bugging people with emails. Some of you guys listening might have gotten those. I apologized in advance. I'm not apologizing, because it got to the point, and you're not going to get bugged again until July next year, probably. But it reminded people to do that. And when I got tired of putting myself out there and boosting posts, and some people, there was a thread of this picture that I used as a vote for whatever, and I had a link, and it talked and showed even if you're watching virtually, it's just a picture, or I mean, if you're listening to the radio, it's just a picture of vote for Tiffany Werhner. Time's running out, vote now, and it's all different colors, kind of like a rainbow look, but it's vote for the radio show. Well, it caught on. I boosted it on Facebook just so it would beat the algorithm, and LinkedIn and Facebook, all the major platforms. And it did. It got to people that don't normally know who I am or follow mental health. And it looked like, to some of them, they all started laughing, thinking I was a politician running for some Democratic Party. And I'm like, if you could open the link, I am not running for politics or Congress, guys, and not representing any Democratic or whatever kind of party, liberal. Not that I just don't talk politics, but the putting yourself out there, the what ifs. You guys all pushed me to do that. I was like, believe in you, we believe in you. When I said we placed 3 finalists, I looked at the list. I don't think anyone else placed in 3 categories. None of you guys were surprised. Like, oh, like that doesn't surprise me, but congrats. Woohoo. It's like no celebration.
Well,
So was that. But I had to get punched through that with you guys. Like, go on, you could do this, that kind of stuff. Because Seymour Butts was in my head. That the mean one. The one full of crap and crud. That's the should-haves. What if I didn't promote it enough? What if I don't make it? Because I have 3 trophies from last year. What if? What if I fail? What if I succeed? What is going to happen? Fear of failure and fear of success was going through my head. That happens to a lot of us when we are putting ourselves out there. What if we don't make it? Kids trying out for teams, sport teams, people applying for jobs, things like that. The what ifs are what gets in our way, and that's a self-esteem driven thing too. People that want to apply for a job and they're like, what if I don't get the job? It's like, well, what if you don't like it? You're interviewing them. You're interviewing this college, or they want you there. Like, so you have to interview them, not the other way around. And that's driven from self-worth and self-esteem. Because when we walk into a place, we want to know if we're going to like working there, not if we're the right fit. And that's a lot of stuff. So I'm on rant. I want to hear what Kirk has to say and Jaison has to say, but we got to take our first break. And then you guys got the floor. And we will be back with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany in just a moment. Please stay tuned.
You're listening to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner. We welcome your input at 866-826-1340. Tiffany will be right back after this.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Hello, my name is Lucy Lopes, and I'm a real estate agent that supports ending the stigma on mental health with Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I am also passionate about helping you buy or sell your home. With times being so difficult, I'm here to help. Contact me at lucylopes.com. That's LUCYLOPES.com. Let me assist you through this pandemic and know that you are not alone.
Hi, this is Tiffany Werhner, your host of Moments of Clarity. Living with a mental health disorder is not easy. If you or someone you know are struggling with this, please know it's so important to seek treatment, and I'm here to help. Please visit the website at momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com to view blog posts and resources on this site to help educate and inspire you to take action, because there's no shame in seeking help for mental health. While you're there, please take a few seconds to sign up for my email list. You'll get some extremely valuable educational and entertaining content that can be sent right to your inbox each week. Plus, you'll also get instant and free access to my guide on managing your anxiety. You can also follow me on Twitter at MOC with Tiffany and at Facebook at Tiffany Werhner. And once again, the website is momentsofclaritywithtiffany.com. Thank you so much for your support and for listening to your show, because change can only come when we stand together as one.
Are you looking for a great book? If you like to root for the underdog, Joe Potosi's book is a book for you. A real American Odyssey that will grab your attention with its fast-moving narrative. You won't be able to put this masterpiece down. When the Dust Settled by Joe Potosi. Go to Amazon, Barnes & Noble, or Zulin Press.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
We are back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner. To join in the discussion, call 866-826-1340. Now, here's Tiffany Werhner.
Hi, and thanks for tuning in. And if you are just tuning in, this is Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor, and I am your host. And today we're talking about the what ifs that are driven from anxiety. 3 of my close friends, Kirk Patrick Miller, award-winning author, Leslie Dowling, a biostrategist, East-West Coast functional training.
East-West functional training. You were almost. I know it's so unfair.
You know, I almost do it on purpose just to double amplify it so we can say it more than once, you know? Jaison Thomas, brand identity designer, and you guys are welcome to promote yourself as you speak. Where we left off, I was rambling about how anxiety, the what ifs, and how we can be mindful and in the moment, taking one thing at a time, what we can do today and handle today. Most of the time, 99.9% of the time, what we worry about happening doesn't happen the way we think we're going to happen. It doesn't. You stay up all night worrying about what's going to happen the next day, and it doesn't turn out the way we plan. Haven't spoken to anyone that said I knew exactly that was going to happen, and it didn't. And anyway, so let's see, and you're welcome to call in, and if you have questions and answers or anything like that, questions, answers, feed into the conversation. Call in 866-826-1340. 866-826-1340. And join our conversation. Say hi to Ed when we do. So let's see. Start with Kirk.
Tiffany, can you hear me?
No.
How's the sound?
Did I hear you or can I? No.
You can't
I
hear?
did for a second. I can now, but
You can
it's not like
hear for.
we went through this
I
last
think
time.
he has to log back in.
I'll log back in.
Okay, we'll start with
Jason. I'll be
right. Love Live Radio.
Yeah.
All right, so Jay.
Thank you so much once again for the opportunity to be here on your show. It's such a beautiful morning. It's evening here, but I'm just pretending I'm on the East Coast. So
Such a beautiful morning for you guys. Actually, it's kind of overcast in Florida. Leslie, you're up north in North Carolina. Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm in New Jersey.
I thought
Yes.
I thought she was in New Jersey. Have
Yes.
you?
She's in
Are you back?
Pennsylvania.
No,
I
I'm in,
do that the same as I did yesterday with Dr. J.
I'm in Cape May, New Jersey. Yeah.
I want to first of all start with congratulating you on achieving the top 3 categories for People Choice Podcast Awards. I've been in the process from the very beginning, the application, the promotion, sending out invitations, all that stuff. It's not easy, to participate, and it's not easy to be on the top 10. So it requires a lot of work, hard work. So I want to applaud you for that. I also want to let you know that, I know Leslie's company name is slightly a tongue twister, but we are going to be having an epic name very soon for her brand. And that would be super, super cool. Very easy to say, stuff like that. So once again, congratulations.
Leslie, it's just
no, it's gonna. There's a lot of changes, and yeah, things.
What if everyone? No. What if we all start remembering it easier?
Yes.
What if? I believe in that, and that's why it's just like MOC with Tiffany, or like Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. Just YouTube.com/MOC with Tiffany. It's just easier. I don't know, but I used to have all of them differently, like Moments of Clarity.
We're gonna be sorting all of that. Don't worry. I want to actually start off this conversation on a quote which I actually found online, and I kind of shared this on the show notes as well. It states, "Excellence can only be obtained if you care more. I'll just restart again. Okay, excellence can only be obtained if you care more than others think is wise, risk more than what others think is safe, dream more than others think is practical, expect more than what others think is possible." So that's a quote which I found online, and I think it's very relevant to our conversation, because when we think of what ifs and only ifs and all the other areas in this conversation, the only ifs is kind of some of the actions which you want to take in the past which you could not do, and the what ifs is the potential future where you are fearful of something which is about to happen, which can cause you trouble, trauma, whatever. It can be any possible thing. So I feel what ifs or only ifs or anything which is in conjunction to all these things is just there to scare you off. It's just limiting your possibilities of a better future. If you want to actually be something, be someone, do something in life, I think hard work, determination, perseverance, all those things are actually essential. Now, I am also having a conversation with Kirk, next week. We're going to be speaking on the same subject matter, but on a different note. I want to actually speak about the S curve of our career. You start something like this. So when you start off with an idea or a dream, you get very excited, you work hard, and you reach here, and then eventually you notice that you don't feel very motivated and it keeps going down, and you reach a point that you don't actually feel anything. It's stagnated. And now it's important that you cross this chasm and move to the other side, and that requires a lot of work, efforts, challenge. Mentally you have to be prepared. So yeah, that's what I wanted to actually share. So thank you so much, and I
Well
appreciate the
done.
opportunity.
And we
That
have
was well
some
said.
yes, very well said. We have some comments from the chat. Um, some congratulations, Tiffany, on making the finals. You deserve it. Great show. That's helping so many people from Summit Innovations off of Facebook. Thank you so much. See Abby Dia, um, just applauding. Haven't seen Abby in a while. Hi, Abby. Pinellas Therapy. In Clearwater as well, off of YouTube. Leslie got some support. Well said, Leslie from Summit Innovation. But Wheel said, I know who that is. I'm just going to make fun of him later. No. Adam Duval from Facebook from England. Anxiety is always there when we approach new things, but when we communicate with our subconscious mind, it gives us the tools to push forward. Much agreed. Yeah. They also said hello from England. Someone from LinkedIn said, "What if I become more successful than I ever thought?"
Ooh.
It's a good thing,
I think we should spend some time on this one.
This is actually one of
I
the
mean,
things I talk
It's Kirk's
about.
turn anyway. Go ahead, Kirk.
One of the things that to me, there's kind of two what ifs, right? Past, and one of them is based in the future. Anything that's a what if, that's based in your time, because it's gone, it's happened. A lot of times people get bogged down with instead of this degree, or what if I had taken this. That tends to kind of pull us down, and then it brings up resentment. Future what if, like that question, massively successful. Those are positive questions. What if to actually claim a bit more control over it and say when I so for me,
your sound is coming in and out, glitching. Unfortunately, your sound keeps glitching. Can you
I
just
even got the right
use your
chord.
laptop without the I don't know, without the headphone?
Try it.
Just
it
use
might be the Wi-Fi.
or
You look nice,
I
Kirk.
would
You look amazing.
I know his hair looks great.
You look great.
But I'd rather hear him glitchy than not at all. So I don't know.
It
Do
looks
what
like
you were doing before.
Vin Diesel.
He actually went ahead and got the new cord to make sure that this was not going to happen again. And it is whatever it is. I like the picture behind you, Kirk. It reminds me of something else too. Anyway, so what if I became more successful than I thought? We're not going to do this. Can we hear me now? Thing. Just start talking, and if you interrupt us, then we can hear you. Because right now we can't hear you now. What if I become more successful than I ever thought? Leslie, what did you think that? And I would like to add something to that too. Like, how would you answer that question for someone else?
Well, sometimes we're so in that striving, want to get to that goal, that when you actually are there and you attain it, it's like you're on this cliff and you're looking around, surrounding you, and you're like on top. And it could be a very scary thing.
Mm-hmm.
But know that if we look around us, we say, you know what? Life is so precious. How much time do we really have on this world? If
Mm-hmm.
other people can attain this and be successful, why can't it be me? But be okay and know that you have worked so hard to get to where you are when you do attain that, and be okay with that, in that comfort zone of the security of, I earned it and I worked hard. And that's what you have to keep saying to yourself. I deserve it. We are deserving of this. So,
Mm-hmm.
and I always go back to Louise Hay, who in my 20s, I used to have little post-it notes in college all over. I love and approve of myself. I am worthy. And we are all worthy. We have life. We're here to strive and be happy. And why not? So
Mm-hmm.
that's my take on that.
Couldn't agree more. I remember,
Oh, we hear
Oh,
you.
we can hear you, Kirk. Yes.
Oh, I have
Yes.
something to
Yes.
There we go.
say
So
Yay.
after Kirk
I just
goes mute again.
unplugged it, so the my laptop, but that's fine. So
Okay.
how much you all caught, but there's one that's in the past. Waste of your time, right? But what is to us, like, what if I become
What if this sound comes through?
Exactly. So you take that what and you just remove the if. That becomes something and better for us in the. It doesn't matter if it's in the past or if it's in the future. You're not taking act something that's missing, because if you're saying you're not acting upon what you. So for me, whenever I look in the past, there are so many regrets we might have. That's just not healthy.
Try calling back on your phone.
Yeah, it seems that he's swearing and
at the station, but log back in on your phone instead of your laptop. I know you've got some important stuff to say, and it's still cutting in and out. That's why I'm laughing, just because it's like I really want to hear what you have to say. Just let's try logging you in a different way again. Yeah, because we're only getting little bits of stuff, and so what I was going to say is that with this, what a great question. What if I become more successful than I ever thought? Well, that happened to me one time. My parents, for those that don't know, they died young, and so therefore, I lost my parents when I was really young, around 18 years old. Lost both my mom, my dad, my two grandmothers while I was in undergrad in college, and I found my mother. She had a brain aneurysm. I found her on the floor. She never woke up. So traumatizing for an 18-year-old, and I had just turned 18, so no government assistance. Basically, I was on my own without parents and had to figure out everything and survival mode. But then as I kept going along, trying different things out, I started to realize that I had the ability to surprise myself, that I could do things without the support. Because sometimes, if you're born into family, and don't get me wrong, I miss my family dearly, and it was hard, but then you make friends that you can consider family. You make your own family. You have your own children. You make your own holidays. You get extended family that are beautiful. Things like that. In-laws, things of that nature. That when you're friends, you can choose your family sometimes, which is an amazing thing as well. So then I opened up my own counseling center, went away from the corporate where I had a boss and a secure job and a 401k and everything, and opened up my own center, the Safety Harbor Behavioral Health and Counseling Center, and took that chance and was successful and was able to be creative without someone telling me what to do or what not to do. I have a tattoo of a little bird to remind me to be a free bird and not let anyone hold me back. as I just wanted to do what I wanted to do. A very wise man, my favorite uncle, who passed away also from fighting from Vietnam War with my father. They caught Agent Orange. And then years later, after the war, died from cancer. But he said, if you can find a way to wake up every day and love what you're doing, then it doesn't become a job. And then you can be successful in your life because you're waking up doing something you love rather than something you have to do and have to endure. You wake up to a calling rather than an alarm. And I followed that lead and published a book. Who knew I could write? I'm not never going to do that again, but I got through it once. It's 90 pages. It's on the cover of childabuse.com, and took a lot of research, and then started
It's
a
still
radio
ranking
show.
on the top on childabuse.com even today.
Yeah,
Number one.
since let's read since January 2017, 2015.
That's quite a long time.
Yeah.
As a must read, yeah, with Dr. Gregory Jaison, childabuse.com is a great source, but there's a lot of people, because it's a book on adult survivors of sexual abuse and incest, and you'd be surprised how many people don't want to go to the bookstore and purchase a book like that because of shame, undeserved guilt, and things like that. So they were downloading it and like 40 to 60 times a week. So I donated it for free because there's so many people that want help with that, because it's more common than you think, unfortunately. And so it's there, and it's on Amazon. It's called There's a Light Within You That Never Goes Out. So did that. Never thought I'd host a radio show. Anyway, and then, so the LinkedIn user doesn't really have a name, but my answer to that question would be like, what's more successful than you ever thought? Like, because you get to a point of success and then you're thinking, oh, I can't believe I'm here. But it's just going to keep going as long as you keep believing in yourself, keep trying new things, thinking outside the box. And you have to, like what Jason Thomas always tells me, that you have to bet on yourself and invest in yourself, or so that people know you exist. And when you believe in yourself and you're successful, other successful, confident people will come your way. You attract confident people when you're feeling confident. When you're feeling wounded or broken, you attract other wounded birds. And it's just like that. And that means that we need to self-heal and attract other confident people, because when we relate to wounded birds, how you think we're feeling inside, because we're relating to them, not sympathizing. Kirk,
I just wanted to say, Tiffany, just amplifying on your point before we get to Kirk. I was just saying the easiest way to answer that question is that if you have got acquired success more than what you expected, then start sharing it with other people, giving others the opportunity to shine along with you. I think that's the best thing which you can do once you have more than what you expected. So thank you. I'm just gonna pause there. Nice to see you, Kirk, again.
There we go.
Great. Oh, and you have the sound. We're gonna come back with Kirk Patrick Miller in just a moment. It's time for
this sounds awesome. Kirk, you sound amazing.
So much better. Remember whatever you just did for the next time you're on the show.
Use my phone, not my fancy laptop.
Okay, yeah. Sometimes fancy doesn't need to be done. And we'll be back with Moments of Clarity in just a moment. Stay tuned.
We will return to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner after these messages.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
If you are like most people, you worry with the financial challenges you face today. How do you protect your family from financial ruin? How will you reduce your liabilities and get out of debt sooner? And how can you deal effectively with the constant changes in your job, your career, and your business? Overcoming your financial challenges is like building a house. You must build from the ground up. You must learn how to make more money, save more money, grow your money, and protect your money. Forever Forward Financial specializes in teaching you these 4 basic money skills so you can achieve your dreams and end your worry. Call us today and schedule your complimentary, no-obligation meeting to discuss your needs and concerns. Call Scott Bigley at 727-422-7761.
Hi, this is your host, Tiffany Werhner from Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. I want to thank you for all your support on ending the stigma on mental health for over the past 7 years and with over 600 episodes, as well as several award nominations and placing as a finalist in 3 categories on the People's Choice Podcast Award last year. If you're listening to this on audio, please visit and subscribe to my YouTube channel at Moments of Clarity with Tiffany and enjoy viewing previous shows in case you missed any live. If you're interested in advertising and would like to promote your company, it is affordable and an effective way to get your company the attention it deserves. I also welcome potential guests as well, and all information can be found on my website at mocwithtiffany.com. Thank you again for your continued support, as change can only come when we stand together as one. Hi, this is Tiffany Werhner, your host of Moments of Clarity. I'd like to give a shout out to musician-songwriter Don Lawson, who wrote, produced, and performed all the vocals and instruments on my Moments of Clarity theme song. Don gained his inspiration as a mental health counselor himself. He's always looking for artists to record his songs, and you can hear more of Don's music at reverbnation.com/Don Lawson. You can also check him out on Twitter at Don Lawson Music. Thank you so much, Don, for your contribution to Moments of Clarity and ending the stigma on mental health. It's awesome.
This is the Tan Talk Radio Network.
Now back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany Werhner, licensed mental health counselor. To engage in the conversation, call 866-826-1340. Here's Tiffany.
Hello and welcome back to Moments of Clarity with Tiffany. My name is Tiffany Werhner. I'm a licensed mental health counselor and I'm your host. And I just realized how many of those ads we need to update because it wasn't just a finalist last year, finalist this year too, and so many other things that brand identity designer Jaison Thomas will help me with because I'm saying it on the show now. Wait till next week and see what he comes up with. It's always fun to trick and manipulate your friends into doing what you want them to do by putting them on the spot. Totally. What if I didn't? No, I'm just kidding. Anyway, Kirk. If you're just seeing it, I got Leslie Dowling, Jaison Thomas, Kirk Patrick Miller, everyone, exceptional guests, specialized in their own field. And if you are just tuning in now, I highly recommend catching the show on replay. We're getting the final stretch. So, Kirk, what were you trying to say? And when we couldn't hear you before,
There's a few things that I think are really vital. And one of them that I think is like absolutely important for and something the individuals I work with. When we have a what if, there's 2 kinds. There's a what if that's based in the past, and there's a what if that's everything that's based in the past. If you're saying what if this, if I could have done this, if I could have done this, a waste of your time. The what ifs of the future, the problem is that it's not empowering. It's a question, so it's action on it. So what I tell my clients to do, bogged down and overwhelmed with like, what about this? What about this? Is instead just replace and put when, and then remove the if, and then an I. So when I accomplish this, the of it is what causes anxiety, because it brings us into this whole state of, is this all happening to me? Or what if I had done this differently? Then us into this rabbit hole, which is all the things we could have accomplished or we could have done.
I hate the should haves and could haves and the can'ts. I hate those words.
Exactly. Empowering. That's the main message I wanted people to know. If you're thinking, what if this or what if that, it doesn't positive or negative. It's not an actionable thought. So you want to think from the perspective, I become massively successful. When I reach my dreams.
And change the words around. Instead of what if, when I, instead of saying or I can't, I can, or can when I can. Positive mindset versus negative thoughts, intrusive thoughts that get in our way. Being hopeful. Hopeful is the only thing greater than fear, is hope. And like Brian from YouTube, he says, there's always a next step towards success. When you accomplish a goal, you create a new goal to work towards, so even more successful.
Oh, I agree. And
That's a great point. That's a great point. I love you, Brian. Thank you so much for supporting us.
Yeah, Brian's nickname is Batman. He's really smart.
That's a good one.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I'm the Joker.
Well, big that, yeah.
I just wanted to ask Kirk.
They think
I
I'm
just wanted to
joking.
ask Kirk, what ifs can also be possibilities, also, right? I mean, if you think about it, what if, like, for an example, when I had an encounter, a decade back with when I met some of the individuals, my relatives from my native place, they were constantly complaining about the things they could not do, and I was like, what if I remove the what if from my vocabulary completely? And what if I think of this as just possibilities? What if I start doing this? What if I start living my dream? What if I pursuing my education? What if I take up a course, I read a book? What if I become educated? What if I start multiple businesses? So I mean, it's the way, it's your perspective on how you look at it. It's not necessary that it always has to be negative. It can be also on a positive note as well. You can look at what ifs as endless possibilities, which you can apply in your life to make it even better. So I mean, it's just that's what I feel. I mean, Kirk, I just wanted to get your opinion on it.
I actually really agree. So the main point that I wanted to make is that when we get, there's a point where it's dangerous for all of us. We're dream phase. So like what you were just saying, what if I do this, or what if I improve this part of my life? If I can go get educated, I can get this certification. That's a planning phase. So questions are phenomenal. When that becomes your life, you wake up doing what if this?
Mm-hmm.
What if I do this? That, and so that you need the questions to move you. Okay, that's the planning stage. You go, what if this? And when something resonates with you and you go that's
Mm-hmm.
when you go, okay, you switch from the what if to when I'm, because I agree with you. The what ifs can be positive. They're not bad. The ones in the negative, but the ones in the future, that's part of our, we have like accomplishing anything. And without having that dream, then you can't get to the second. I'm going to move forward. Right.
Mm-hmm.
So the
True,
what if, I absolutely agree with that,
You gotta
Jaison.
give yourself a chance. So,
But at the same time, Tiffany,
1 second. You can't be the only one with a good quote here, because I'm gonna. So on Star Wars with Yoda, he says, "There is no try, only do." And that's a Star Wars Yoda quote. If we don't give ourselves a chance, we're never gonna find out. And I say this a lot. Worked with a lot of people in rest their souls, but in hospice, and they are on their deathbed. They know they've got weeks or days or hours to live, and they don't ever say, "I wish I didn't try to see if I could complete that." It was always, "I wish I had given myself a chance to see what I could do. I wish I wouldn't have wasted time in fear and not putting myself out there. I wish I should have." All those things that we can stop today by believing in ourselves and heading forward. And go on, Jaison.
I was just gonna say that I agree with what Kirk is saying. Planning stage is there, but unless and until you don't make an attempt, you would not know whether it was worth, the pursuit. So I mean, no matter what kind of aspirations and goals you have, you still have to make an attempt to see how it flourishes and how it helps you. Now, many people are hesitant because they think you would have to, uh, you know, it is risky and stuff like that. You can't do X, Y, Z, whatever, because there's too much amount of risk. I'm saying is that no matter how big the risk is or how low the risk is, what you learn out of it, is something which you don't know unless and until you make an attempt. So just make an attempt first, explore it. You would get something out of it, and use that knowledge, for making a better future. I'm just going to pause there. I know we have to wrap things up.
We have to wrap up. Simon Innovations off of Facebook said you can look at it from regret or from a self-improvement point of view. Well said.
Well said.
So we are,
Well said. Summit Innovation.
Yeah.
We are running out of time. We have to close the show, at least with the radio station. I'm getting back channel chat that some people want to do an extended show. So
Yeah, we should.
I'm going to wrap it up with Ed with Tan Talk Radio. But if you want to hear the extended after party version of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, just not on the radio, but with social media, you can stay on and find us on YouTube, LinkedIn Live. If you go to the mocwithtiffany.com, the website, you can hyperlink, click on all these, and find us. It's just on the first page of the website, mocwithtiffany.com. Anyway, time to wrap up. And any last one-word takeaways, because it's we have 4 minutes. One word or one sentence takeaway. Leslie, go ahead.
My grandmother used to say this, and I always remember this as a little girl: never give up.
Mm-hmm. There you go. Kirk.
I would say I liked what Jaison went with. So when it comes to sure that, dive into it, believe in yourself, never let for choices.
Mm-hmm. Jaison?
I don't have anything in one word.
No, one sentence.
One sentence.
But love yourself. Remember, you are uniquely you. And if you want to make an impact in this world, you definitely can. You have to just believe you can.
Well
And
said.
yeah. And be kind to yourself and to others. You never know what
And a stranger. You never know what they might be going through. Change can only come when we stand together as one.
Good. Okay, Steve. Someone listens to my show. Jaison, keep going. What else do I say all the time? Try hard in life or die trying. I mean, what's the worst thing that you can do besides give up on yourself? So if we can do it, you can. And if anyone can do it, it's you guys out there listening to this. I believe in you, and I know that if we can do it, so can you. I mean, we're all really fascinating people, but you are too. And we just had to put ourselves out there. What if we decided to never put ourselves out there? You would never be watching this now. Anyway, stay tuned for the extended version. I'm going to wrap up the radio show and then meet us on YouTube or LinkedIn or Twitter. Thanks, guys.
Now I get it. Moments of clarity. To yourself, be kind, it will please. Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity.
And we're back to the extended version of Moments of Clarity with Tiffany and my high demand.
Welcome to the after show, guys.
Yeah, on that note, wait, let's just get some of Jaison's. That was Jason, one of his.
Where's
Thank
They're
you so
looking
much.
great.
He just- I can see Jason in the background because, like, since I'm the host, and every time I play his ad,
I'm very, very careful when it comes to choosing the right music.
Very
It
good.
has to. It
It's
has to
helpful.
I
vibe
show it
with.
to everyone. I wanna- Yeah, bring it up. I like the cool.
That stock video was very hard to get, but I was able to find it.
That was
These
awesome.
videos do take a really long time to make. You would not believe that I'm actually working on another video which I wanted to share with Tiffany. The problem is that the audio is around $35. So I'm like, okay, I'll see if I can find something else, which is a little free than $35.
What do you mean the
Wow.
audio? It's like
Oh,
But you
you
have to
don't.
pay for the
All
original-
this music which you
audio.
hear, you have to license it. It's not free.
no, I know, but is it a video for me?
No, it's a video for me.
Oh, well then, good luck with that. But if you were gonna have a video for me, I would have paid for 35.
Did you hear that, guys?
I did.
Are you Leslie? Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Good luck with that.
Leslie goes, you need to be on Shark Tank and hook up with Mark Cuban. Leslie, I had Brian Cuban on Moments of Clarity with Tiffany, and
wow.
Mark was around. Yeah, so
I remember, wasn't that
His-
last year?
yeah, I
Yeah,
could have him back on the show, but yeah,
that's really cool.
Brian has written a lot of books of what it's like to be the brother of Mark Cuban and in and out of
It's funny, Tiffany. Have you observed like his video quality, Kirk's video quality is absolutely stunning, but the audio is choppy. I'm like, if there is a Wi-Fi connection, the audio,
Yeah.
it's the other way around. But his video was
So
nice. The
weird.
audio really sucked. I was like confused. Like, how is it possible the video is streaming good, but the audio is glitchy?
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
is actually
Odd.
pretty funny because usually it's Leslie that I can't hear.
Yeah, but I'm thinking better.
But
And I didn't
actually
bring
used
my
on two.
headphones or anything.
I used it on 2 other podcasts for a different. Had no problem, but with Restream, this is the second time in a row. So I'll just use my phone. But I
we
love
need to figure it out because Kirk and I have
topic.
been offered other radio stations as well.
Yeah, so we'll get that figured out.
But we're not going to get into that in specifics, but we might need to hear you. Just saying.
Yes,
for
that's a
videos.
vital aspect of. you know, um, the topic was beautiful. I mean, it's an important topic, and even if you look at those videos, that your ads, I'm sure there's probably like 6 million. What if I had done this differently? So there's the whole idea of what if is as long as you don't back it doesn't, questions never harm us. And I did like to brought that up. You said, again, it can help drive us towards like a dream that sometimes even we don't even know what we want to do. So that whole process actually delivers us something and like insight, and we go, oh, clarity. May as well use the right word. So then we suddenly get a moment of clarity and we go, that's what I want to do. That's why it's so important once you do know, then to take actionable steps to make your dream a reality. I got caught a lot of times in the dream phase and the what if phase, and a lack, because I would wait for things to happen. Like they were going to just magically do it. It wasn't, I was so scattered that I wasn't as focused in on what I needed to do subject. But I know for me, it held me back for a long time because I felt my past. So all of my what ifs were more like, what if I had been diagnosed earlier, known about it? What if people had known about my treatment before, earlier, me back. It kind of pulls me back into the person I used to be. And it'd be a viewpoint of who I am now. And that's where I feel dangerous, is when you get locked in the past and you start hating yourself because of change. We unfortunately can't change anything about the past. We can change how we react in the current state.
It defines our character. And a lot of things I think a lot of people are doing is comparing themselves on social media. Who has more followers? Who has this going on? Who's doing this? Who's doing live reels? Who's on TikTok? Which I'm not going to even mess with that. Who has this going on? Whatever. Momentum, everything. And we tend, even before Instagram and a lot of these other big companies came out and it was just Facebook, I remember a lot of clients pushing 30 years old coming in going, my life is not where I want it to be, where it needs to be, not want it to be. All my friends are getting married. They look so happy. There's a facade. I'm like, it's all BS, though. We're not even on live radio. I can cuss, but I'm not going to. But it's all BS because it's a facade. Nobody's going to sit there and film their family arguing over what's for dinner or whatever and post it on myperfectfamily.com. Like, no, it's going to be like, look at us pose, and then probably Photoshop some of the pictures. Look, we look happy. My son's like in a good mood for once. I don't know, that kind of stuff. And they're comparing each other to other pictures, other people their age or whatever, when we can all some people want to finish school first before having a family. Some people want to have the family first and then regret that because they didn't get to school or take online classes later or whatever. They wanted to be a young mom or young family and have multiple kids start early. Some people got into substance abuse and took a minute to recover so that they could eventually come back and succeed later. There's no timeline on when we have to be who we were meant to be to reach our full potential in life. When I taught college, freshman college at Edison State College, freshman psych and human growth and development, there were women in there coming back to get the extra class for a teaching certificate or whatever that were well over 60. They needed the elective. It's never too late to do whatever we want to do. I mean, as far as we know, we have one life. There's been guests on my show that would say they disagree, but that's their opinion. I don't know. We don't know.
Whether you have one or not, like
regardless, you want to waste this one? Like, who cares?
No, just
and leave behind
go
some sort
for
of legacy. Yeah. So it's better to try and just try and fail. Fear of failure. So what? At least you tried. Than to not try and say Man, that would have been a great idea. Or have someone else come up with it first.
I want to speak on that, but I don't know if Leslie has to say something before I go.
No, go ahead, and then I'll share a little bit. Yep.
And then Kirk, and then let's wrap up. Let's not make the
Yeah.
after party too long.
I'm saying is that you need to have a lot of motivation and determination to really get into this pursuit. Okay, it cannot happen just because you thought of it one day and you're like, okay, I'm gonna start working on my dreams now. Because the moment you decide to do it, everything is going to come crashing down. Things may not work out as planned. The idea may have to pivot in different directions. The resources which you have allocated, you may have to increase those resources, put more capital in. Maybe you are bootstrapping, maybe you have to get a hold of a venture capital or an angel investor and to expand your business. So anything can happen. So, and it can be education, it can be something else, it can be business,
It
or it
also does
can
take
be,
an idea and taking
yeah,
one step and put one foot in front of the other, and
and this is what I
look
want to
for
say about
resources.
that post-it note which you just said. The beginning, the post-it note is said, one day at a time. And this is very, very important, guys. We all think of the
But
larger picture
this
and we
thing,
want to yeah, yeah,
this is
one
an
day at a time.
envelope, but it says one thing at a time, not one day at a
Okay,
time.
I'm saying one day at a time instead.
Well, one
uh,
thing at a time, meaning like being mindful and concentrating on one thing at a time, or within that day, not all the things in the past, future, all this.
I have a small post-it. I don't have a drawing yet, but I'm saying one day at a time.
Don't outdo
Because
my Seymour guys, okay?
I'm
You like
saying
to
one day
copy
at a
my
time.
ideas and then overdo it and make me feel bad. My
Is because
is being
because
mindful and then he's
yeah.
mindful and angry. Watch Jason come up with a brand identity design with this and steal my uncopyrighted thing.
So I'm saying one
Or
day
put
at a
my
time
name
is
on it.
because we kind of look at the larger picture and we want to achieve that larger picture right away. The thing is that larger picture can be achieved, but it's a step by step process. As you think, it can be one thing or one day, but take small steps to a larger future. And always remember that this process uh, develops over time, and in between you have to pivot, try new things, keep experimenting, try different resources, change directions. It can be a mixture of all. Success is not a straight line. It's like hair bends and it's twist turns. It's dark blue, white, green, whatever, and then you finally reach there. And it can take countless amount of hours and years and efforts. If you want to start something just for the heck of it, please don't start it. You have to have uh, you know
A vision.
relentless. You have to be relentless when it comes to
You have to have a passion and a
focusing.
vision.
Yeah, and you have to be very, very focused. You can't do it one day and think that I'm going to take a 5-day break. You have
Right.
to be on and on. I
Nothing's
won't let
gonna
Leslie
stop us now.
speak
And
actually.
we can build this
I
dream
agree.
together. Stand and strong forever. Nothing's gonna stop us. Nothing's gonna stop. So yeah, I don't draw or sing, but you get the gist of it. Let's
Like that.
wrap up.
And then
That's awesome.
Leslie,
Yeah, I'll make it quick.
I
Yeah,
love
because everybody I know has to get back to their things. No, I just wanted to say I love how Jason just so beautifully just laid that out with the colors and just we go through, beautiful rainbows, then we go through dark and blackness and people when I work with my clients, I'm usually like the queen of analogies. And I look at as in our formative years, it was the stumbling blocks of getting on that bike, the tricycle, then going, from those training wheels to the next step. And that's the way I see as we grow and manifest into, adults, the questioning of what ifs. But without the what ifs, we wouldn't be all here being able to share how you overcome those what ifs with more positive interjections like Kirk was so beautifully saying too. And so that's the beauty of being a human being. We're all imperfect. So for all our viewers, our listeners that are here today, I just say, we're just embracing all of you guys with love. And we're all, like we said, in this together. And, today I might have a great day. Tomorrow there could be some stumbling blocks with my business, but I have to just overcome and persevere and look at the positive things around me, that I have my team of awesome people. We're all cheerleaders in helping each of us. And that's what it's so important. Find that network of people out there. There are networks that can help you. And, if it's friends or family or people that have that same kind of commonality, to rise above those what ifs. And, we all have things that we're all dealing with now. So I'm just sending out love to everybody who's still listening in and to all my dear friends here. So that's what I wanted to share.
Well said.
I love that. That was beautifully said. One of the things, what you both mentioned, was taking things one step at a time. I do want to mention, for me, a lot of times when I fell backwards, something that actually became something that led me to something better. At times too, as we take it one day at a time, when you do stumble or when you do have a rough pattern, to look at it and try to analyze, why did that happen from it, and how did that help me? If we frame things from so much about ourselves and then the obstacles we face, and it's important to the moment we stop dreaming, that's when things fall apart too. We need to have a drive to be, and like you said, without our what ifs, a lot of us wouldn't be in the places we are in a much more dry world if we didn't have those dreams and hopes. So everything you all said.
Go ahead, Kirk. Sorry, I didn't mean it.
No, I was closing up there. I love that show, and listening to you all, phenomenal advice across the board, and listening. So
and from you, when we hear you. We all have our mountains to climb. And the thing is that you got it together. We all have our mountains to climb, and some of them are rockier than others. But the very time we climb those mountains, and we can get imaginary pebble or rock or a gem or whatever, and just hold that imaginary gem and say, you know what? I climbed a freaking mountain, but I am holding this because I did all that hard work to get there. Sometimes we have to work harder to work less later. And then you have your imaginary rock or gem or whatever you want to picture and say, but I earned this because I did all that.
Absolutely.
Make your work fun also. Like, have the fun
Don't
component.
go climbing a real mountain. I'm not saying to get mountain climbing. I'm saying imagining that hard mountain. Metaphorically, we all have our challenges.
I was just saying, Tiffany, is that the fun component, especially when you're a business owner, the fun component is hardly missing. You don't add, or you don't really think that is essential. But if you put fun in the process, it just makes it more enjoyable. You don't look at the work as a chore, something which you have to do. You would be more like, let me have some fun. Let me see what I can learn today, and let me see how I can make things a little better for myself and my business or my employees or whatever. Stuff like that. So have fun, enjoy it as much as you can, and self-care is self-care
in the way.
Yeah, so
and now you're going on to self-care. We got to wrap up, Jason. You're going to get a whole different topic. All right. So like we said, be kind to yourself and a stranger. You never know what they're going through. And I thought I lost Kirk, but at the same time, everyone say goodbye.
Welcome back. Bye.
Good to see everybody. This was awesome.
Thank you.
Clarity. Thank you guys for being here. Take care.
Don't put yourself down, time for a change. Believe in yourself, time to rearrange. Be your best friend, bring hope to your day. Lose your critic, get out of your way. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity. Now I get it, moments of clarity. To yourself be kind, it will please your mind. Find your joy, trust in you. Put in the time, you'll see how you grow. Many kinds of love you get to define. Find self-love, your soul will align. Now it clicks, moments of clarity. Now I hear moments of clarity.